Hello everyone, here's another video, a key skill solving trig equations, but this time using identities. Now we've got in year 12 two very, very important identities. We have that tan x is equal to sine x over cos x. And the second identity that we have in year 12 is that sine squared x add cos squared x is equal to 1. So these are the two really important key ideas for year 12, which get built upon and expanded on quite a lot in year 13. So these are really helpful to help us solve certain types of equation, like this one here, for example. We've got 8 sine squared x plus 6 cos x minus 9 is equal to 0. Now, the problem we've got here in this particular question is you can't solve an equation when you've got two different kind of variables. It's like having 8y squared plus 6x minus 9. So we need them both to be the same. And this is where our identity comes in. Because what we do is we notice that the one that's got the squared in, we can make use of this identity by rearranging it. So if I take cos squared off both sides and move it over to here, I can write that sine squared is 1 minus cos squared. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to say that sine squared is 1 minus cos squared. And we're going to replace sine squared with 1 minus cos squared. Now that's our key idea in order to help us solve questions of this type. Because now we can expand our bracket and we get 8 minus 8 cos squared x plus 6 cos x minus 9 is equal to 0. And then we can just literally now rearrange that. Let's take it over the other side. So 8 cos squared x, I've taken that over here, minus 6 cos x. Take that over to the right-hand side as well. Add 9 and take away 8. It's going to be plus 1 is going to equal 0. So that's the equation that we are trying to solve. Okay. Now we can factorize this in the normal way. Okay. There's different ways of factorizing it. You can either do it by inspection, you can do it by the quadratic formula, you can do it by putting it into your calculator, getting the solution and reverse engineering the bracket. I think that's quite a useful thing. Let me just show you that method. Okay. So what I mean by that is if you go to there and you pick polynomial degree 2, and we're going to put in here, we have 8, and then we have minus 6, 8 and minus 6, and plus 1, okay, like so. We put that in and we find out that x is equal to a half. In other words, cos x is equal to a half, and then you press equals again, and you get that cos x is equal to a quarter. So cos x is equal to a quarter. Now what we can do is reverse engineer what the brackets were, because we rearrange this expression to make it say equal 0. So times by 2 and minus 1. So that gives us 2 cos x minus 1. Here, times by 4 and minus 1. So 4 cos x minus 1. And in that way, we've reverse engineered the brackets, which means that in the exam, you would get all the marks because the examiner, wouldn't know that you hadn't done that by inspection. So it's just a nice little reverse engineering cheat method. Okay, perfect. So now what we've got to do, we've factorized it, which means we've now got to solve cos x is equal to half and cos x is equal to a quarter in the range x is less than, the question tells us that x is less than or equal to 360, but greater than or equal to 0. So that's our range of values. So remember, the preferred method is to draw the diagram. So here is our diagram. There we go. And what we're looking for this is equal to a half. So if I draw on a line there about a half, I can see I have these two solutions, and we have also a quarter. Draw another line on which is meant to be a quarter, and we can see we have another two solutions. So let's deal with this one first. So if we do inverse cos of half, see what our principal value is. Inverse cos of a half, we get the value of 60. Well, that's super nice. So by symmetry in cosine, it's worth pointing out that because that is 360, this is symmetrical around the 180. So when you've got one solution in cosine graph and you want to find the corresponding one, you do 360 minus it. So this one is going to be at 300 here because it's going to be at 360 minus 60. So that solution is 300. So we've got our two solutions there for x that are coming from cos x is equal to a half. It's our 60 there and our 300 there. Let's do the same now with a quarter. So we're going to do inverse cos of 0.25, and we find that we get this solution here is 75.5. And then we're going to do 360 minus answer, and our other solution over here is 284.5 to 1 decimal place. So we've got that x is equal to 60, 300. It is also equal to, maybe put commas, 75.5, and it's also equal to 284.5 as well. And those are our 4 solutions to that equation. But that's the first introductory question on making use of identities to solve trig equations. It's going to get, it's an idea that's going to be expanded on quite a lot in successive videos and lessons. I hope you found that useful as an introduction, and I will see you in the next video.